Yesterday, while I was getting changed and I went to go take off my earrings, I discovered only one earring in my right ear. This tiny little piece right here is somewhere in this apartment. I'm 90% sure it's in this apartment because I'm usually playing with both, so I feel like I would have caught it sooner, and yesterday I didn't leave the apartment. I'm trying not to get too sad about it and staying optimistic that I will be able to find this thing, but I'm kind of heartbroken because I love this earring. It was a really special gift and I just want to find the other one, so wish me luck. In the meantime, I'm keeping this one safe in my jewelry box. Oh. Excuse the mess over here. Try looking all over this desk area. I think what really makes this annoying is I never lose things because I have trackers on all the important things that I would typically lose, like even my keys. I don't lose my keys. I always have some way of finding them, but there's no tracker on my earrings. I've become too dependent on trackers. But this has never happened before. I'm having this epiphany that it might be here in the closet. I had taken off this top that had like a turtleneck thing. So my theory is that because I had my workout pant drawer open, it flung into that drawer. I'm hoping that's where it is. Explain to me why when you tell your brother to do something, they do the opposite of that thing. I was watching the latest episode of Ahsoka last night, which is one of the newer Star Wars shows, if you don't know, on Disney+. And the end of this episode had a huge reveal to it. And I told my brother, because he hadn't seen it today, don't go on Twitter. And what do you know, it's 2 o'clock, boy went on Twitter and he got spoiled. He has the audacity to be upset. Anyways, the earring is still missing. I'm trying not to get too wrapped up in my head about it because I'm sure it'll turn up. This is how I navigate my apartment these days, as in the last like 12 hours. I'm just like scanning. Gold. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, shame. But you would not know that David's Tea sent me this little matcha care pack. So they sent me a ton of matcha. They have a new shroom matcha out and some other flavors. They sent me a matcha bowl, a whisk, a little spoon, everything I need to get started on my matcha journey. And that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna start my matcha journey to distract me from this pain that I'm feeling from a lost earring. I think this is so cute. I would say in the past year, I've really kicked up my green tea intake and I've grown to really enjoy it, but I haven't like dived headfirst into matcha land. I think I'm gonna try making a cold iced matcha latte. So I'm gonna use some vanilla matcha. Matcha? I don't know how my kitchen scissors are missing. I'm the only one who lives here. I watched exactly 3 TikTok tutorials to figure out how to do this. Ow. So, premise. We gotta measure our matcha into the bowl. I think it's only 1 that you're supposed to put in. Okay, so there is our matcha. Oh wow, it really just disappeared on us. You're gonna have to trust that it's in there. I've got my whisk, some hot water. I'm gonna do a little bit. I saw someone say do Z motions. I'm thinking I should probably keep mixing. Oh. Aside from the fact that it is a really cool looking drink, like, you know, I love the color green, so why not drink the color green? But also there's a lot of health benefits to having matcha. Obviously those benefits get better and better the higher quality the matcha is. I'm also gonna add some honey here because I suspect I'm gonna need a little bit. One thing I do appreciate about this bowl is it has a spout, so it'll make pouring easy. Upon the first couple sips, it's not too shabby. I feel like it could be stronger, which I'm not just getting from the flavor, I'm also getting from the fact that it seems pretty weak here, but that could be the milk interaction. Interesting. I don't hate it, which is a great sign. It means that there's a good starting place. I feel like from here, we can really get better at this. Ooh. Ooh. I think one of the things I really do appreciate about matcha is the fact that there's kind of like a ritual behind it. Kind of like when making coffee, but I feel like my coffee making process is very press a button. But matcha requires you to measure your matcha. You can normally like strain it so it's nice and fine. You pour the water in, you whisk it. It's like a whole sequence of events that ends with you getting a bevy. Just in my matcha era. Getting thumbnails is so awkward. I'm gonna do my nails. I have an event I have to be at later today and I feel like that will just make me feel a little bit more put together and give myself a little pick-me-up because honestly, the past, I'm gonna say like week and a half, I've just been feeling really off and sometimes like blue or overly stressed. I have been on my period, so that's absolutely a big part of it. But also, I don't want to be like dismissive and just say, oh, I've just been on my period, because those feelings, whether they're you know, enhanced with hormones or not, still have to be experienced. They feel real in the moment. And I just feel like this week, now that I'm like finally getting off my period, I'm starting to just like want to get out of that little funk. And there hasn't been like one cause to it. I think it's just been a few situations that have gotten in my head a bit. And that's why I think like a thing like a lost earring right now is just hitting extra hard, because I just already am like, you know, I'm already in that mental space of like, oh, blah. And then you add on that and it just feels like, oh, the world is just crumbling around me. It's a little exaggerated, very exaggerated, but that's what it feels like. Anyways, okay, I just did the first step. It is the primer, 1 sip. I think the best thing I can do over the next like 24 hours is just do some of the things that make me feel good. I did Pilates this morning, and although that usually like working out or moving my body makes me feel good, especially because it's been a little bit since I've done like a proper workout. I've been doing a lot of walks around the city and getting like steps in, so I've been moving, but not in like a capacity as much on the mat that goes beyond like yoga. So doing Pilates today, I was dying. And then again, you get in your head, you're like, oh, like this workout's hard for me. It didn't used to be hard for me like 3 weeks ago. What's happening? It just becomes a spiral, which I'm sure you can relate to at some point or another. So anyways, that's the current vibe. I'm on a mission to reset the system. I was even considering skipping this week's video because I was feeling very uninspired as to what exactly I would talk about when I'm just like in a blah vibe. So I'm talking about the blah vibe and how I'm gonna get out of it. That's the tea, the matcha tea right now. I'm gonna continue with this and watch a YouTube video. I always find like YouTube videos, I'm biased, but I find YouTube videos very comforting for me. They're like my guilty pleasure.
In the office, decided to bring the laptop down here now to enjoy the rest of my day.
My nails are complete, they're now dry. And while I was waiting for them to dry, I had this epiphany that like, I didn't put on mascara today, which sounds silly to be like about, but oh, no wonder I'm feeling off. Please hold. Don't I look so different? I thought so too. Okay. I have no idea what I'm going to wear to this event tonight. It's 30 degrees outside. I'm looking at my Echo Show here. It's saying 30 degrees. Probably feels like something higher. So don't be fooled by my sweater. I'm gonna deal with that in a bit. I'm getting ready for this event. I'm wearing the classic. I think I've shown this to you this summer a lot. Thank goodness I bought this black dress at the start of summer because it is coming clutch so many times. And actually the last time I was at Holt Renfrew, one of the workers was like, oh my gosh, is that Zimmerman? And I was like, no. It's Abercrombie. And then we all had to laugh because then she actually took me to the dress she was talking about. Kind of looked like the one from Zimmerman. It is so hot, by the way. Like my AC really put me in delusional land. It feels like 40 out there. It's a hair event with ET Canada and Shark Beauty. So hopefully my hair doesn't drop before the event, but if it does, I'm sure someone can do something about it. I had originally thought I was gonna wear dress pants to this event. I hate the whole transferring wallets business. I always feel like I'm gonna forget a card or something. Thankfully, this bag just has built-in card slots. No need to bring a wallet. I'm gonna do this for my lip color today. This is the same lip that I showed last week, but in vanilla beige. I feel like this is the kind of day that you just kind of have to lean into the glossiness of it all. Ignore the dirty mirror, but this is today's look. We've got ventilation if needed. Guys, it's 7:30 and I had to put on lights. That's how you know summer is ending. The daylight is diminishing. But I ended up going to Indigo after work today. It's a little bit of a pick-me-up. That's like one of my happy places to go to. And I thought also like getting a nice walk in would also be helpful. And to my pleasant surprise, they had a buy 3 get the 4th free book sale going on. But would you believe that all the books that were on my list, or I guess 2 of them, they did not have. So I was like, I can't take advantage of this deal right now. It's really heartbreaking actually. I think the sale's on for a few more days though, so there's always potential for damage to be done. But the one thing I did pick up is, can you guess? What could it be? Are you guessing? Holy paper, okay. Whoa! It is a little pumpkin 3-wick candle and it smells divine. Reminds me of kind of Bath and Body Works days, but this is a soy blend candle from Foundry Candle Co. in the scent pumpkin spice. I haven't bought a candle that smells like this in years, and like I smelled it in store. I'm like, yes, that does need to come home with me. I've been so into candlelight recently. I think in my last video I showed myself lighting taper candles while I was making dinner, and I've been like so into the taper candles. This candle right here that I have in it is actually one from Yummy Candles. I also got it in this, it looks black right now, but it's this dark forest green. How amazing is that for fall? I'm picturing like a November vibe, although maybe earlier if I get through these. But unscented, nice, beautiful candlelight, just adds ambiance, and that's what this is all about, ambiance. I love this. There's also I know on Amazon, where I saw on TikTok people talk on Amazon, you can get these lamps for candles. So if you're someone who doesn't like the idea of flames, it like heats up the candle from above and below, question mark, but it releases the scent without a flame. So if safety is one of your concerns, which legitimate, that's something worth checking out. I may even get one this year just because I've been lighting so many more candles and I love that option. Oh my gosh, so good. The most shocking thing that I think I saw today at Indigo, and I don't know if this is old stock from last year, but they looked new to me, and I know Indigo mugs, I keep an eye out for them, but they had Christmas mugs, albeit it was at the bottom shelf, so it's not like they were shoving it in the face of the customer. But I looked down and I'm like, whoa, that is a Santa mug. That is a gingerbread house mug. Do not be surprised if I end up getting those mugs during the Christmas season, but like it is too hot outside to even begin to think about that. I need to like enjoy fall. I think that's one of the more frustrating parts about retail sometimes, is they really push you into the next season before you've even like settled into the one that you're in. It's just been a bit of a wonky week. So hopefully next week when I see you, I'm just like in a little bit of a different headspace. I'm putting that energy out there. I think tonight I want to reheat leftovers from last night for dinner and see if maybe my Big Fat Greek Wedding is on. I know the 3rd movie is coming out, I think this weekend, and I have just been in a mood to watch my Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's like such a great rom-com. I'd love to know in the comment section when you feel just uneasy, what are the things that you do to make you feel good? Because I think too, when you worry about things that aren't really in your control, like future things or big things, you're trying to make big decisions, it's really easy to get wrapped up in like, oh my gosh, like what a hard decision to make, I don't want to make the wrong one. Like you can really like anxiousify yourself up. That wasn't a word, but whatever. I think you get what I mean. And in those moments, it's like, how do you focus on the thing that you can control right now? What can you do right now to feel better? Or what is the priority right now? Like just keep it focused on that. Keep the focus smaller instead of letting yourself go too broad. And I think like that's what I need to do over the next little bit, is like try and like hone in the focus, but then also make time for that bigger picture thinking. Okay, I'm gonna light my candles now. On that note, I will see you guys next week, hopefully in a better headspace. But thank you so much for being here. It really means a lot that you're here, and I really treasure like being able to share these moments with you. Mwah. Good night, guys, or I guess good afternoon, whatever it is that you are experiencing. Good morning, happy brunch, happy dinner. What? Okay. Toodles.
Oye, mi amor, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Dime. Jangueando en la casa aburrido con ganas de qué. Averiguando qué hacer por la noche. entonces centrarse en mi cuarto pa' ver. Dice, levántate mi amor,